The universe is incomprehensible to the normal mind, the ever-expanding, mysterious, and vast secrets it holds. How it came to be. What are the forces at play? There are whispers through the ages of man, sightings in times of peril, forces that cannot be explained, but for humanity they have intervened. This is the story of those forces. In the beginning there were three beings: Auron, the bringer of light; Theros, the keeper of knowledge; and Solus, the titan of might. Their bond was unbreakable, forged in the fires of creation itself. Together they roamed the infinite cosmos, shaping stars, breathing life into barren worlds, and weaving the delicate threads of reality. They were not merely allies, they were brothers, inseparable in purpose and spirit. Auron, radiant and wise, led their prayers, channeling the boundless energy of creation. Theros, thoughtful and deliberate, recorded the annals of their journeys, ensuring that their deeds were not forgotten. Solus, powerful and indomitable, was their shield, their protector in times of peril. For eons they worked in harmony, their laughter echoing across the vast expanse of the cosmos. But as time wore on, a shadow began to grow in Solus's heart. He was the strongest of the three, his power unmatched. Slowly, this realization began to fester, transforming into arrogance. One day, as they dined on the golden ambrosia of the celestial fields, Solus laughed and said, "My brothers, do you not see? Together you cannot rival me. Your combined might is but a flicker against the inferno of my strength." Auron and Theros exchanged uneasy glances, but said nothing. At first they brushed off Solus's boasting as harmless banter. But as the days turned to centuries, Solus's pride grew, his words becoming barbs that wounded deeper than dared to admit. Eventually, they ceased to respond to his taunts. They walked silently alongside him, their prayers devoid of joy, their camaraderie strained. Solus noticed their change and felt the sting of their silence. His power, once a source of protection, now became a wellspring of bitterness. He felt abandoned, betrayed by those he had called brothers. Fueled by his wounded pride, Solus devised a plan. On the shimmering bridge of valor, a place where their paths often crossed during their cosmic walks, he would confront them. Unbeknownst to Solus, Auron and Theros had also been preparing. They had seen the madness creeping into Solus's eyes, the hunger for dominion that threatened the delicate balance of the universe. The day came. The three beings met on the Bridge of Valor, its crystalline arches glowing with the light of 1,000 suns. Solus stood before them, his form towering and radiant with fury. "You have turned your backs on me," Solus thundered, his voice shaking the fabric of existence. "But I will show you my true power. Kneel, and perhaps I will spare you." Auron stepped forward, his voice calm yet firm. "Brother, your power is immense, but it is clouded by pride. We do not seek to fight you, but to save you from yourself." Theros joined him, his eyes sorrowful. "Solus, you are our brother. This path leads only to ruin. Please let us mend what has been broken." But Solus would not hear their pleas. With a roar, he unleashed a torrent of energy, and the battle began. The cosmos trembled as their powers clashed. Auron's light wove intricate shields that deflected Solus's devastating strikes. Theros wielded the wisdom of the ages, crafting traps and illusions to weaken their adversary. Solus, however, was relentless, his might pushing them to their limits. The battle raged on, neither side gaining the upper hand. Despite their combined efforts, Solus's strength seemed inexhaustible. Yet Auron and Theros fought not with anger, but with sorrow and determination. As the fight reached its zenith, Auron and Theros managed to subdue Solus, their powers intertwining in a final act of unity. Solus knelt, defeated but not broken, his fiery gaze still defiant. "We do not wish to destroy you," Oron said, his voice heavy with emotion. "You are our brother. Even now we offer forgiveness. Return to us, Solus. Let us rebuild what we have lost." Tharos placed a hand on Solus's shoulder. "The choice is yours. We will not force it upon you." The bridge of valor fell silent, the cosmos holding its breath. Solus looked at his brothers, his expression unreadable. The light in his eyes flickered, a tempest of emotions warring within him. Oron and Tharos stood before him, weary yet steadfast, their hands extended in an offering of peace. Their faces bore no trace of triumph, only a sorrowful hope that the bonds of brotherhood might yet prevail. Solus's gaze dropped to their outstretched hands. For a moment the veil of pride and anger lifted, and he saw them not as adversaries, but as the brothers he had walked alongside through eons of creation. Memories flashed before him, of laughter shared beneath newly formed stars, of prayers whispered in unison, of battles fought side by side. But then the weight of his own power, his own pride pressed down upon him. His thoughts turned to the limitless strength coursing through his veins, the potential to shape the universe in his image. Why should he yield? Why should he forgive their defiance when he could seize everything? Oron stepped closer, his voice soft yet resonant. "Power without purpose is a void, Solus. We are strongest, not in dominance, but in unity. Return to us, brother. Let us heal the wounds together." Tharos, ever the voice of reason, added, "The choice you make now will echo through eternity, Solus. It is not too late to step away from this path. We will walk it with you if you let us." Solus closed his eyes, his massive form trembling with the weight of the decision before him. He was torn between the two forces warring within him, the desire for absolute dominion and the longing to reclaim the bond he had lost. Finally, he rose to his full height, his presence as commanding as ever. His voice, when it came, was quieter than before, but no less powerful. "I see now what I have become. The pride that once lifted me has poisoned my heart." He paused, looking at his brothers with an intensity that made the stars themselves seem dim. "But forgiveness," he whispered, his tone laced with pain and regret. "Forgiveness must be earned." Oron and Tharos exchanged glances, hope flickering in their eyes. "Then let us begin," Oron said, his voice trembling with emotion. Solus lowered his head, his fiery aura dimming. "I will try," he said. "But know this, I will struggle with this choice every day. And if I falter again, you must do what is necessary, no matter how painful it may be." Oron stepped forward and placed a hand on Solus's shoulder, his touch radiating warmth. "We are with you, Solus. Always." Tharos nodded. "We will face the struggles together, as we always have." And so the three beings stood together once more, the bridge of valor glowing with renewed light. The cosmos seemed to breathe a sigh of relief, the balance momentarily restored. Yet, as they turned and began their journey back across the stars, a shadow lingered in Solus's heart, a reminder that the battle within him was far from over. Though the bonds of brotherhood had been mended, the scars of their conflict would remain, a testament to the fragile balance of power, pride, and love. The story of the three continues, but the question of whether Solus would ultimately overcome his darker nature remains to be unanswered, a thread left to the weave of eternity.